ex-colonial peoples want to have their own culture, their own ways, their own language, their own way of life. And the more oppressed they were, the more they feel a need to assert it. Although even in places where the colony was never oppressed, the assertion of nationalism can be quite strong. As, for example, in Iceland, which was between about 1500 and 1941, was a colony of Denmark. So for like 400 years, it was a colony of Denmark, but always wanted freedom. And when it finally achieved freedom, now National Day in Iceland, huge, huge, all over the country. Everybody gets up to celebrate. Doesn't matter how rainy it is, because when the day came, when the announcement of their independence came, it was just pouring down rain, and they all got out to this place, this ancient place in Iceland where the laws were given. And they stood out in the rain, sang the Icelandic national song, heard the speeches, didn't care. They still do that. So nationalism becomes very strong once you leave colonialism behind. And if you look where the U.S. has problems in the world, look at that. Here are the great problems. And over here is Afghanistan. Here's Pakistan. Okay? Here's India. We have huge problems. We have huge problems with parts of Africa. Central Africa. We used to have huge problems with South Africa, but for a different reason. This, by the way, was a German colony that was liberated earlier.
Botswana is where I want to live.
You want to live in Botswana?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Gabon.
You want to
That's
live
cool.
there?
Yeah.
It's a cool place. It's a cool place. Okay, I would love to live someplace else for a while. It would be a great experience.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Yes? Great experience to go someplace else and stay for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go back.
The best place to live is in Mexico. You should try it.
I would
I'll come.
recommend it.
I'll come.
Wonderful.
You put me up at your house?
Sorry.
It's pleased to
Okay,
live in
I'll come.
Mexico.
Yeah, well, I'll come visit and stay at your house.
How's it working?
Does that work?
It just depends, like,
Does it work for you? When are you free? When are you free?
when am I free?
Yeah, you gonna be back
I'm
home
free
this?
as I'm free
No,
as-
no. Are you gonna be back home this summer?
Um,
Anytime between June and August?
yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, let me know when. I'll be down there.
What part do you live? I don't think that's because I heard Mexico crazy, man.
Okay, but what we've got, guys, is we have a world where there are all kinds of people who are reasserting or are asserting for the first time a national identity, a personal identity that doesn't fit with the way we have defined them. It doesn't. Thailand is not the king and I. Okay? And they would be quick to tell you. Yes, it was Siam, same place. It's the same place. People are asserting their own identities. This changes what we do with mass media. It changes how we may talk about particular countries. It changes what people demand of us in terms of image, in terms of content, in terms of what we can say. And the world looks different from a different point of view. One of the great things about the mass media, we'll have enough time to do this last exercise. One of the great things about mass media is that in the current state, you can watch mass media in English that originates from Russia, from China, from Qatar, and get a very different perspective on your country. That was not possible when I was your age. This is what has changed so dramatically in the 20th century and now into the 21st. The rise of new countries. Now, in 2.5, and this is the last thing we're going to do with Brahman, chapter 2. In chapter 2, exercise 2.5, stop it, let's start again.
Report for those media diaries.
February 25th.
February 25th, you got another couple weeks yet.
Is it
Okay.
is the rise of new countries good for them or not?
Some, it's a mixed bag.
'Cause
Would you
example-
rather, even if you're poor, wouldn't you rather live in your own free country?
For example, Obama's brother, Did you see the video of Obama?
It's a cousin, I think.
No, it was his brother.
Maybe his half
Second
brother.
half brother. Yeah.
Maybe his half brother.
His half brother. He wrote this book about like how it was better for his like African country to be.
There will always be people who say it was better when we were slaves. Do you want to be a slave?
No, well,
You want to be a slave?
Well, but I mean no. But I
Do
mean,
you want to be a slave?
I mean, but like he really thinks about it, and he lives there. And
There will always be people who will say we had it so much better when we were
He wasn't
slaves.
saying that about being a slave, was he? He was saying about like when the colony was there, like they had they had the support of another country.
You're missing. Slavery is not always literal. It can be metaphoric. When Moses took the children out of Egypt, they had to spend 40 years out in the desert. And they turned to Moses and they said, "Oh, that you had left us by the flesh pots of Egypt when we ate our fill, but you brought us out in the desert to die." And Moses turned to God and said, "Why did you give me these people? They are a burden to me. If you can't fix this, God, strike me dead." There will always be people who say, we were better off when we were slaves. Django Unchained. Most disturbing characterization in Django Unchained is to see Samuel L. Jackson stepping and fetching. Okay. All right.
I want to see that so bad.
That was real.
Okay. Exercise 2.5.
So good.
Exercise 2.5 says, drop a list of important activities in your personal work or life that you simply could not do without some of the technologies of the communication we have discussed. Now drop a list of such activities that do not need any technologies at all. What picture is given of how your life is shaped by technologies of communities? I want to change that slightly. And here's your assignment. In the next, you have 5 minutes. Actually, you can take longer than that, 5 to 10 minutes. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I want you to go on this campus to the place where you think you can be at least 5 minutes away from all technology.
Oh my God.
Any place on this campus.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. I got this.
Go see, leave
Yeah, we're gonna
leave your
have to-
technology behind. See if you can get 5 minutes away from technology.
On campus.
Any place on the extended campus.
Nowhere.
No. There's no way 5 minutes. Town isn't that big.
Dude, yeah, like
Go into
5 minutes,
Burnett.
I'll be at like.
You're walking. You're walking. Just I'm walking. Just see if you can get any place.
Houses count
We're
as
gonna be
technology?
freezing.
See if put your coat on.
Let's not count.
See if you can get any place on this campus where you are away from
5
minutes.
minutes
Come on,
away
the
from
All right,
technology?
let's make it 2 minutes.
How about
Okay,
a
that's
minute?
better.
Because I can walk in 2 minutes from my dorm to here, and that means like all of campus is within 2 minutes.
But there are. I can think of one place.
One place.
I can think of one place very quickly where you would be at least 2 minutes away from all technology.
Library.
I can think of one place.
Libraries.
I can think of one
Computers.
place. I can think of one place that is insulated from most technology. The technology that's there does not communicate with the outside world.
Burnett.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you-
I can
Yeah.
think
Deer
of.
Hall.
I
Okay.
can.
The roof of deer.
I can think of one place where if I'm in the corner, I might be a minute or two away from technology, or at least technology that could communicate with me if I don't. See if you can find a space. There's no place that you can go on this campus if you have decent cell phone service where you couldn't do smartphone.
Yeah.
There's no place you can go in this
Burnett,
town.
not.
Even.
Yeah, Burnett, you
I
have
can't.
trouble. You can't get your,
I
Okay.
I'm off network in Burnett. There's no Wi-Fi. It's like a dead zone.
yeah,
Wow, I have
Anything
service.
in there.
okay?
What do you
Go
have?
see if you can
Yeah,
find a
yeah.
place. And take your technology with you and see if you can find a place where the technology does go dead. Try Burnett.
Burnett's off. If you have AT&T, it doesn't work in there. So go to
Try
Burnett.
Burnett.
That's why I got.
Wi-Fi sucks in my room. Yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi sucks everywhere
Yeah.
in the dorms.
Well, and I know it like.
But no, then
Summer.
bring a report where you went on Monday. And that'll be the first thing we talk about Monday. Okay? Stop our camera.
It is
It's time to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Joey?
Stop it. Okay.